Okay, boys and girls, lesson 4. We're starting on part 1 here, and this is where the real work starts with Tinkercad. The other stuff you've been learning, pretty much baby stuff. Now it's time to go into the big leagues. We're going to start with the real awesome things that you can do in Tinkercad, okay? So you can see this is part 1. It's just showing you an example picture here of what we're going to do soon, grouping things together, and then creating different shapes from other shapes. That's awesome stuff. So let's get going. We're going to continue the next step. Part 2. That was easy. Okay, introduction. Okay, we're now going to explore the superpower of Tinkercad, like I was just saying. Okay, combining shapes is the fundamental purpose of solid modeling. So this is where all the real stuff happens right now, lesson 4. Okay, so it says, are you ready? Let's make some cool new shapes. Okay, and you can see it just says continue the next step. So parts 1 and 2, easy, done. Let's go to part 3. Okay, creating a compound shape. Compound means one shape is made of more than one part. So multiple parts make one shape. Okay, so when you group objects, you need to be careful there are no gaps between the objects, or they may not stick together when 3D printed. This is very important. So if you are planning to or want your project to be 3D printed and then take it home with you, you're going to have to make sure in the design that you do it well, and so all the objects are touching each other or overlapping. Otherwise, if there's space between them like this, the 3D printer doesn't know what to do with that blank space. It doesn't know what to do with air. So you have to make sure they're at least touching or overlapping. Okay? Okay, so remember, overlapping shapes are called Boolean addition, right? Okay, overlapping parts are going to be removed anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. So as long as they are overlapping, you're in good shape. And we're going to create this heart shape right now, okay? So it says, step 1, drag and place 2 cylinders and 1 box in the work plane. Okay, let me get myself out of the way up here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Here's our hint. Okay, so we're going to want 2 cylinders. 1, we're going to put it in the hint right there, close as we can get it for right now. And we're going to drag another one out there. We're going to put that one right here in this hint, close as we can get it. It's looking pretty good. Now let's rotate this around and see how we're doing. It looks like I still need to nudge this one on the left over a little bit. Can you see that? That looks pretty good. And now let's keep going. Let's rotate it around. Okay. So you can see my objects are completely inside the hints. Okay. Now I'm going to grab that box. I'm going to put that in the hint as well, as close as I can get it, right there. And let's double check by rotating and looking at it from all angles, all sides. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good, doesn't it? It looks like I'm squarely inside the hints and all shapes. So good. Double check it that you're all in the hints right now. Pause the video if you need to and adjust it. Let's go to the next step. It says, in order to create one solid object, you will need to group the 3 overlapping objects together into a heart. Okay? So step 1, while holding shift, click each of the shapes. Okay, so that's important. So I click the first shape, then I hold down. I wish that wouldn't pop up like that. It gets in the way. Okay, so I'm going to click the shape, then I'm going to hold down shift key, click the first cylinder, and then also the second cylinder. Now I have selected all 3 objects together. Holding down the shift key lets you select multiple objects. Okay? And then it says up in the menu bar, click the group button. That's step 2 down here, right here. Up in the menu bar, click the group button. And that is right here where it says group. So I'm going to group them together. And now you can see they all turned into one color, right? So that's your evidence that you did that part correctly. If you did it correctly, all your box and your 2 cylinders will be all one color. And it will be all one shape now. Perfect. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you in the next video for part 5. Good job.